Give a hand for Prabu Ramachandran.
Hello, mic test, check. Okay, hi guys. Some of you guys might know me if you're regular with Gilbert's event, and it's like he mentioned lightning about to strike today, but this is small lightning compared to kena strike by GST lightning lah. That one is like lightning kena strike, everything price go up, kena lightning strike already. But very sad. This is what people have chosen, but this is not the end. This is just a temporary setback, and we will fight this through. We have to fight this through for what we believe, and honestly, I'm strongly opposed to the GST increases right now. Okay, you want to raise, you need government revenue, right? The government needs revenue for spending, firstly. So, you want to raise something, you should like go after luxury taxes, but not necessities. Necessities like food, water, electricity, internet should not be subject to GST. You should follow the model of several other countries. And I'd like to take this opportunity to object to something that Minister Heng Swee-Keat just mentioned. He went and I'll be careful with this. Minister Heng went and mentioned about the taxation, and he was having a debate with Sylvia Lim of the Workers' Party, okay, with regards to this GST price raise. And he went after her saying that, you can't just say stuff like that. And if that is the case, what is Parliament for? And it's not just we are election candidate or we are just speaking here. She's an elected MP, and why can't she bring this up, objecting to the Parliament raise, objecting in Parliament to the GST raise? I mean, Heng also mentioned that we are paying competitively low GST to other developed countries. Using the same logic, I can tell that we are paying too high minister salary compared to other countries. You're using same logic, and this is not my logic, this is Minister Heng Swee-Keat's logic, by just turning it around. So is the GST going to increase minister's salary? Because recently we've been saying that for many years, since 2011, there's been no raise in minister's salary. Actually, if there is to be a review of minister's salary to save on expenditure of the government budget should be down by 90% to match the rest of the world. This is one thing that I have to speak strongly upon. So you want to raise more revenue, but minister's salary keep increasing. Something wrong somewhere, right? And I'd like to bring up on what they should be spending on the government budget and what they should not be spending on. 20% or $19 billion goes into defense. So they are buying weapons and buying arms for security, terrorism, and counter-terrorism. It seems to be their region. It seems to be their reason. However, despite like having all these toys or facilities, I call it, and infrastructure, how did Mas Selamat escape? It's not what you have, but how actually you use it. So you can have the best weapons, the best handcuffs and all, but if you guys don't use it well, people will escape. And it's not just Mas Selamat. The Standard Chartered bank robber got away as well, despite the spending on home safety and defense and all being high right now. So it's not about what you have, but actually how you use it to like safeguard our internal and external day-to-day operations of safety and security. And right now I'd like to touch on the ultra high net worth personnel. Okay, with regards to Donald Trump's tax cuts in the US, Bill Gates and Warren Buffett mentioned that as ultra high net worth individuals, they should not be getting tax cuts. They should be paying more tax. But it's sad to say, not even one Singapore billionaire has mentioned anything about this. They must be quietly enjoying the tax breaks or tax returns, or they do not see. I'm not talking about just the millionaires or the multi-millionaires, but the billionaires. So there is a big income disparity right now. And there is a big income disparity, and what are we doing? Instead of taxing the rich to cover the poor and what Gilbert mentioned, the homeless and all, we are taxing everyone else to give tax breaks to corporations, tax breaks to the ultra high net worth. They should be finding the tax revenues from GLCs, government-linked companies, the MNCs and big corporations, listed companies. They should be supporting SMEs and individuals. However, the big companies needs to be taxed. They should not be given a tax break. The ultra-high net worth need to be taxed. They do not deserve a tax break. And in order that taxes are to make sure that there is a basic there is a basic standard of living for the poor, the people who are homeless, the elderly, like you mentioned about those 80-year-old people out on the streets. So what exactly are our ministers doing? What exactly are they doing to help these people out? And like for their multi-million-dollar salary, part of the thing that I see, what is costing our expenses, right, is for a small country like ours, we are having too big a government that is costing our expenses. Why do we have so much of spending on our government itself? We are a small country. Like, don't you feel that we got too many ministers? We've got like 2 ministers for education. We have got like, on top of that, we have got mayor. I wonder what do these people even do? They do not even attend parliament. Like, you know, parliament is not every day. It's in a certain seating. Parliament is not every day, but yet you see so many empty chairs in parliament. This is costing taxpayers money. And with regards to, I'd like to come up with like new ratios to compare. You should compare, Singapore is the highest in the world when you compare minister's salary to GDP, when you come up with minister's salaries to state revenues and total management of value of assets. Because worldwide, we have the highest minister's salary, so whichever you compare to, we have a high ratio of expense in that way. That is not acceptable. And what we should come up with is, instead of the GST, we should come back with the inheritance tax, estate tax and property tax. Okay, this is based on URA data. 20,000 people own, only 20,000 people is about a good 5% of our population. 20,000 people own 3 to 5 private properties. They should be taxing these people and not, the remaining of us who live in HDB. Remember, you're paying property tax on HDB, but HDB, which is very questionable. Do you own HDB? No, it's a long-term 99-year lease and you're paying property tax on it. Something wrong somewhere? We should be asking these questions. We should also be asking questions, right? Before we support or before we oppose anything, we should be getting the thought process. We should not just blindly follow because minister said so, or because MP said so, or because Prime Minister said so, or the newspapers or Channel News Asia reported so. We should be having our own thought process of thinking of the capability and experience of character. There's been a lot of like PayLah and technological advances which is coming on about, which we are all talking about. This is part of the Smart Nation initiative, but as a people, we should be getting smarter and be asking questions before we support or oppose any objective of, be it the government or the opposition. I'd like to highlight in Parliament, right? 89 people voted yes for the current budget, which includes in future raising GST by 2%. 89, which means it should be 82 elected PAP MPs, 7 NMPs. These guys never even ran for elections, never even stood by, not NCMPs, the NCMPs of WP as well as the elected MPs of WP voted against the budget. However, the NMPs as well, 7 of them voted for the budget, which totally makes it 89. These people, who do they exactly represent? They voted, they didn't even run for elections, they didn't even campaign, they just are nominated in Parliament and they are allowed to vote for the budget. So a total of 89 people who supported the budget and 8 people who rejected it. So we must be careful of who are these 89 we put in the next time round. Do they represent our interests or their own interests? We must be careful in the next coming general election who we vote for. But from today, right, based on all this situation, I have a clear indication of who not to vote for already. That is very clear. Not who to vote for, but who not to vote for is very clear already. Every time a government is supposed to be supporting the people as well as local businesses. But if you see, this government is supporting themselves, taxing the businesses, taxing the government, causing the cost of operating a business to go up, causing the cost of living of the people to go up as well, and they are expecting hiked up minister's salary. They are expecting bonus after bonus, increase after increase, year by year. This is not acceptable. Yeah, that will be all for me today. Thank you.